Hello everybody, welcome back to Ace Attorney. Now, we're on to the last part of the first game. Last we left off, we made our stand-in Mia just out to be a murderer of a prosecutor 2 years ago when she was 14. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. It's my problem, not yours. I hope I'm not. That's the voice I did. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Gumshoe, come back. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? No, it's just Gumshoe now. Hello, I'm there, pal. Making a detective around all day while on duty. Stop it off. Call me here. You happy? Want us having you run errands again? Let me tell you this. It's the last time, pal. Here. Ask me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? She was talking about this just the other day. 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that Remus right? I think so. At least study some evidence law, really. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? He said if you're planning to take him on, everyone needs this book. Him. Guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Securely slip the pocket. I doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All left now is the chief prosecutor's cinch. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Huh? How do you figure it out? Haven't you figured it out yet? I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth, a real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? I could have used an all but ruined with that forged evidence you were unaware of. This guy found out she unwittingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal! You're missing the point, Detective. I didn't murder Detective Goodman. He stuck a knife into his dead body. And he's the real killer. He's still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has too many people. It's time to bring to an end. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Osgood. Sedgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The Query Committee is spying and posts harsh penalties for actions. Thank you for your news, Your Honor. Yes. Well, I believe this is where prosecutor calls for the witness. It's easy to say. See, there's some check on you, Mr. Edward. There you have struck a bargain. Yeah, I think I have manipulated the witnesses. I didn't say that. It's just, see, everyone has been talking good. Very well, Your Honor. Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? There's no precedent for what you're proposing. undeniably this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. Could prove that I haven't struck any deals with acquaintances. Roland's right. What do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call for the next witness. Mr. Wright, I believe you know what you're doing. Probably. Wouldn't you like to know what a boy? You do realize this is your last chance. If you find the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. Defense calls. Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Take that! Damon Kent. The defense calls Damon Kent to the stand. Damon Kent? What does he have to do with anything? As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Kent has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say. As luck would have it, should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Don't you agree, Your Honor? Do. All right, bailiff. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gunt to the stand. What do you see? We'll see. What do you see? We'll see. Well, I suppose that you see that I didn't. As prosecution, I dare say you're going to die in 5 days. Witness, please state the name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Dorothy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, want to play hardball, eh? But please, Mr. Gaunt. Fine. My name is Damon Gaunt. I'm the acting chief of police. Now that Chief Gaunt, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with my grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, read that time when Lana's sister murdered the prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There's still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? The really clear notes. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. Oh, of course, the police chief has all kind of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it to you if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Please remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning you that day. Your long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, it had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Doc was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Whatever sent Neil flying, seems Doc bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. As I recall, the ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. As you could say, I'm a workaholic. Winning this award, Neil was all fired up too. This probably was spooked Doc to run away like that. The defendant, Lana Skiles, was in the room. I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it. Long story short, stop that power pitch. The two of you ran immediately after him? Right? The two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right. But Doc baited with the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. This is about power outage. Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden. And I got the shock of my life. Well, putting on a shock to deal with that knife when it was hard though. That is not funny. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying on the heap of the floor, all tangled together. Doc was also lying collapsed on the floor. Apparently his head was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, so I already know what her sister had done. Early, she had already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means the body near Lana's desk? That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor? Yes. It's a spear. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your place? That's exactly what I'm saying. I understand how Lana must have felt. Well, moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it breathed? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. You're going to stab anything. But you better off staring at the court record. Worthy! What is the move? Ooh, doctor. which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery. I did admit to forging evidence. That can't be the whole truth. No, I've got to link Gant to this accident. Absolutely, you did. You got the last piece of the jar. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. 7 pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badger you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. Was found where? See, Chief Gant. These articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played part in the legal investigation. Dear God, what's the meaning of this? Oh, he's a defense attorney who may even rival the world. You admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you're the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Is that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even exempt from the law. This assured Dick will receive his due punishment. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary doubts any lower. He'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these evidence found in your office. In relation to the forgery that took place in the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment? Catalyst? I know you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in the forgery. Maybe take the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? We're investigating the crime scene. You should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Edgy. Your turn, though. I know. That place, right? Huh? Why don't you just get telepathic? Well, I know. You could have planted them in my office. I appreciate it. You'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What have you done back in the day? I once broke into a cattle ranch and different. Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Whatever you can prove it. Can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I've done when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe. I've proven this investigation was illegal. Not face anyone as slimy as this guy. No, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. What do you mean by that? It's all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Look at sealing evidence found at the crime scene is forgery. I'm not through speaking yet, Widow. All depends on when the evidence was discovered. They were found after Doc was convicted. They're worthless. Are you saying this chart fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. And wouldn't that be convenient? Right? The chief is talking about possibilities, so long as you can't rule that out. Remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Now, righto. Think about it. Okay, look me in the eye and say that. Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I could care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was in the sky. Well, how do you see? Really, Chief Gaunt. At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. No, I wasn't aware. What was the best benefit? That, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police. Oh. Resolution of the SL9 incident. Security promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? No, without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edward? Yes. He's going to be made chief anyway. Yeah. Be careful when pointing that finger. Might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. You didn't do it for yourself, and you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do. By all means, please do. I'd not be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I trust, care about is yours truly. That girl, honest little sister, was it? I think I felt sorry for her, and you'd better think again. Alright, you don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough for yourself. I'm not people. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? The selfishness. Would he have helped someone out? True. You might not help anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the Chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who was the person you believe Chief Gaunt may have helped forge evidence? The only other person there. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye? The defendant? It would be quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Miss Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Would want to help her more than her own sister Lana. As for Chief Gaunt, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? The SL9 seems resolved. Lana Skye was appointed Chief Prosecutor of the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gaunt. But how would you profit from all this? He would be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait. Must be puppet hasn't someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. The motive to appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you can control her. Right, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. Keep quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gaunt. I'm afraid without any proof, it's all nothing more than conjecture. Unless there's also happened in this incident. This incident? Ah, which one would that be? I wasn't talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Must as if someone's been controlling her. Murphy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. So what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, that Chief Gaunt is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? What? Order, order, order! I said order! That's right. You can't be serious. Huh? This is an afflict in the eyes to make the officer at a law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible! Well, it's quite likely. Your Honor, it's merely reiterating. Mr. Edgeworth said it would be easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. He's the one who's decided to go through with this. And you prove this, Mr. Wright. The chief, high-ranking officer of the law is involved in this murder. Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gaunt is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright got. Better be good. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gaunt to the murder of Detective Goodman. Alright, what could it be? this. What? Have I not really used too much? For good sake. Him. It's the ID card list. Yes. The one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There's one ID on the list who can determine the owner of this day. Seven seconds. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove them. That's my card number. It's your number. How do you know that? The Saving Chief God's office requires a code to open. 7-digit code. 7 digits. You don't mean. I'm afraid so, Your Honor. Code was all sevens. Same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gaunt, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order! Order! Chief Gaunt, what do you have to say? Nothing. The offense's search of my office was in violation of regulations, and I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you. About the use of this ID card. You've got to admit it. Went to the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm Chief of Police. Perfect. It's the evidence room of the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. 10. When you entered the room, were you alone? Always go to the bathroom alone. As I do at the evidence room. Detective Goodman would be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be?
I haven't seen him in days. Haven't seen him in days, Chief Gaunt. Afraid you just undone yourself. And that day you had to admit the Detective Goodman. What do you mean? The trial's purpose is to determine Lana's Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gaunt met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting. In that case, Mr. Wright, we would have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gaunt on the day of the crime. Submit to Chief of Police. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. To be more accurate, Chief Marshall stole it. The Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. You had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of the report. Which means you can't be sure if you filled it. If you filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you to check Chief Gaunt. Then, accompanied the detective to the evidence room. How you accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say. Oh hey, he has gloves on. What you're going to say next. Why the Chief of Police murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait. The Chief of Police didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. You could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. And you showed us your ID card earlier. It really lent to Detective Goodman. It would have been found on his body. You fucking turned into lightning. You didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, but no one in their right mind could choose the police department as a place to commit murder. The murder contact law at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body. Forgetting one thing, Mr. Wright. That the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was the police department the entire day, you know. Everyone's aware the alarm stayed in the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. The entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? No, you took this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief forgot. You left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue, just taking up space. How would you move the body? Show us this evidence. The victim's body. You can't use this. Useless item. Got it. Take that! This is how we move Detective Goodman's body. What's that? Screwdriver? What does that have to do with this case? Sedgwick, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go by Chief Gunn on this. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, as Chief Gunn asked you to. You mean the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, of course you have another explanation, Chief. I also could ask Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from clothes in the case. One possible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Lana Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? No proof or rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? In fact, the photograph is stopped. In the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. God, please say something. I believe. Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Rhino, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going. We're going to make time for that ready for inspection. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? He's cheap. With all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Like defense. The right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That's not a right to be casually invoked. A certain risk to be considered. So I'm going to just run away after all this? Run away? I think you're laughing at me. I stumbled. Goodman. That's what you're thinking, right? But if I have any conclusive evidence, I would have presented it by now. Well, I think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again. Mr. Wright, Amy Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? Proof that Chief Gaunt murdered Detective Goodman and made Mrs. Sky dispose of his body.
Nothing fucking concrete. Fuck. All I have is something I was told by Lana. And she's not here to re-testify.
Are you showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself? No, Your Honor. Present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, Edgy. In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? This is a tip. Be careful what you can't afford to lose, Fredo. Seems that Lady Luck is on my side again today. Okay, Edgy. I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This Bunter, a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. Lady Luck, maybe we should have a word with her. Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. I had the honor of hearing her testimony. Who knows the truth? Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. Chief Gaunt has invoked his right to testify. Right to refuse to testify. There's just someone else, a more witness, who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial, someone right in this very room. Who's this person? Oh. Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? But Vance is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? You may not be willing to tell the truth. But you can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. Let's call it forth. The only other person here.
Take that!
The defendant. Miss Lana Sky? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. She has every right to talk to the prosecution. We're tasked to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with certain someone's orders. In accordance with someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. No objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. She will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now free. Hold on. Huh? Hold on. You've gone. I thought you were going to eat. Mr. Good Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, in sports, such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Okay, if there are any further objections, this court is now in recess. Looks like we managed to stay together.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That sheet. It's something else, eh, pals? Detective Ghost Ship. Not detective anymore. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. Yeah, your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top girl you used to work with. You mean Mia? Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of mood now. Hey gosh, done it again. He always gets the upper hand. It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. So, downright. Remember what the judge said. Risks. What do you mean by that? It's simple. The chief refuses to testify. The opposite also holds true. He forfeits his right to say anything too.
Emma, you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. She heard everything that's going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. Don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I just feel something. Somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, I finally know what really happened. All this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all just to protect me.
Ever since that appointment as chief prosecutor, no one who knew her such a change. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? Defy Chief God's orders. Must have shut herself up deep inside. Forced herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. Must be why she became so cold.
It's all my fault. Because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Alright, don't go blaming yourself now. You don't want to blame anyone. Blame society, pal.
You can't be able to fool everyone else with this forgery. You can't fool my memory. Remember now, I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see. Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act. Honestly, I'm still halfway certain that it's actually Got that murdered Marshall, because fuck. They did this with Edgeworth. Edgeworth didn't kill his dad. I doubt Emma is going to fucking be the one that killed Marshall.
Why don't you wait here? No, go ahead with you. I want to be there. Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, alright? It's time to end this. And I'm working on your side, remember this. Because you're a fucking idiot.
Well. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next part right now. Because I'm going to keep doing this. Anyways, it's been The Vault. Bye.